We're going to start off with a new segment on the show where we talk about shit that we don't really cover in depth on the show, but we still want to talk about and shout out. Welcome to One Shots. And I guess today we're going to start a little bit with we have a solo leveling discussion. Brian shared with us some info about the series known as Solo Leveling, the manhwa series. And Josh and I took a little bit of a peek at it over the last week. Josh got a little farther than I did. I'm only on chapter 6. So I guess I'm going to let him take it away and what his thoughts are.
So, yeah, I made an agreement with Chris before we started that I wouldn't go so in depth as to spoil anything. I am going to break down. I don't know. I'm still going to talk freely, but I'm not going to go about it based on, oh, this is what's going on in the story. So I'm going to put it like this. I really, really enjoy reading this. When Brian said that it was like a video game, he was not lying at all, man. The comic itself literally refers to it as a sort of game. You know, there's a lot of mystery involved with this, so it's cool.
Yeah, you know what I noticed about it?
Down the road
is whenever the girl heals. I'm still new to the series. I don't know names, but whenever she heals, you see the little cross,
the
HP things. Yeah, the
HP
things going up.
Yeah, but the health up. Yeah, man, it's nice.
Yeah,
there's
debuffs and stuff too.
There's what?
Yeah,
there's there's debuffs and buffs.
Debuffs. Man, they even there's just like Brian was. I'm regurgitating what he said, but it's so true. And you find out sooner than later. There's, the stat points that he gets, there's categories, and the more he fights, the stronger he gets. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really motivating. The vibes it gives me is Hajime no Ippo, the boxing manga, right? They don't have the degree of physical training and endurance, and they don't dedicate whole arcs to training or nothing like that. But like I said, man, it's motivating me, man. It motivates you. But it motivated me, man. Shit, it made me want to play RPG and do a few fucking push-ups and shit.
Damn.
So it's,
yeah, for real. I was damn, this dude has to do this shit every day. Is it actually worth it?
I think the main character is really interesting too. I think he's not he's pretty typical of a shonen protagonist that's kind of meek at first, very super humble, and then starts to get sure of himself little by little. It happens really fast with him. You're gonna see, Chris. Trust me, it ain't much of a spoiler. It's not a development point. Or after a time skip, he comes back.
No, this dude's a fucking beast
now. Wow, look at my old stomping grounds. No, he gets busy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The art's really cool. It has the added benefit of being color, which is cool because we get the color in American comics, but you don't get that shonen that manga art. You know what I'm saying? That feel to it, that pacing. I guess more so, really, the pacing that manga has.
Yeah.
That's what you get in a manhwa.
Yeah, most manhwa are actually fully colored in comparison to manga.
I don't know.
That's why they're.
I don't remember Tyro God being fully colored. Was it?
Well, most of them are. At least modern day manhwa have been that. Every manhwa I've read recently has been colored, and I think that's partially why it's manhwa are kind of released as episodes and seasons, is because I guess during the downtime between seasons, that's when they're working on refining the art and the story.
Yeah.
So
which is similar to American comics, right? They do it, they take time out and they don't do it week by week, right?
Well, they have all their shit in advance already. A lot of comics that are released have been worked on for a while, and they just throw them up. But yeah, I'd
imagine this is way more healthier for the artist.
Sure.
I feel like manga should kind of take notes from this a little bit.
Well, it's also I think the structure of manhwa itself too. Like, it's not like a whole page really. It's like big panels for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be healthier. It looks like it's digitally done too. I don't think it's done. I think
those are digital art for sure, 100%.
From in my perception of it, as far as the art style goes and the structuring of the manhwa, it is literally like one long panel. You know what I'm saying? More so than just like I don't know. I guess that sounds obvious, but it feels like it's just where there's one in motion scene that flows. Like it just flows, and that's why like I found myself like reading them really fast, and I guess that helps that it's not super text heavy, at least not yet. Like it's not like there's no writing in it at all, but there's definitely huge chunks of the action scenes where it is just straight fighting, and that'll take up at least 60 to 75% of a whole chapter.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine reading this week by week. This is definitely a series you want to binge.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I already know. And I'm gonna savor it while while I'm able to binge it, man. It's just fun. Everything that Brian said, everything that my homie at my job said, everything that I've heard about it, and other people, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen mentioned. It's good. It's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
What more? I guess that's all I can say. That's as far as I can articulate it without getting into the story.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a short experience with it so far, so I don't have as deep a knowledge of the lore or whatever. But what I've seen is pretty enjoyable. I'm still at the part where they're like facing off against that statue guy.
Yeah.
So, like when they're in the double dungeon, I'm still dealing with that guy.
Yeah, against the stone people.
Yeah.
All right, so we can talk about that stuff. Let's talk about the first 5 chapters. All right.
First, do you remember exactly where the first 5 chapters end?
All right, listen.
Because I can just tell you up to where I read up to, so we don't step over.
Did they bow down in front of the statue yet?
Yeah, it's literally I stopped right when they stepped on that guy for praying to the wrong god. Because.
Oh yeah.
And that's where that's where I was like left off. I gotta continue it later, but yeah, it's interesting. He reminds me a lot of Deku at this point, where he's not the strongest, so he's like thinking his way around things, where everybody's just like using my powers type of situation. But
yeah, he has to use his noggin a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that about this series.
But don't worry, that's gonna change very soon.
Yeah, Brian told me he basically becomes Saitama, but even more.
Yeah.
More than Saitama.
What you see, what's going on in the double dungeon, that's really out of desperation because like there's not much else he can do anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maybe. Mm. And there's some. I mean, this isn't really a spoiler. It's really more so a theory of mine, or maybe they do mention it. I think they say something about it, but. One of the stats is kind of like awareness, or like this ascent, where you can kind of feel out how strong someone's going to be. You know how it is, like a power scout or whatever. Not much like a kind of like a power scouter and like a spider sense built in. But I think it's kind of implied that out of all the stats he has, that's the only one he had kind of like, I guess, honed. If at all, because of how weak he is and how observant he's had to be, but it's definitely not like a predominant ability or anything like that. If anything, like I said, it is one of the stats that he can increase. So it's keep that. I don't know, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm sure.
He's pretty raw, though.
I get the gist because it's very set up like a video game. It feels reminiscent of World Trigger to a degree, where there's ranks.
Is. And, it's like a diet World Trigger.
Yeah.
It's like World Trigger. It's like World Trigger, but Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. There we go. World Trigger X Dragon Ball, niggas. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are where my thoughts on Solo Leveling concludes. You guys have any more closing statements?
Nah, man. I want us to kind of. I want us to talk about this more. We'll figure out in what capacity and how we'll go about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think maybe we should try to set a goal in mind and then talk about it at like certain points.
Yeah,
It comes out. New chapters come out every Tuesday, so
every couple of weeks we can like.
Yeah, well, I'm far away from that.
Yeah, I'm behind. I'm way behind.
Dude, I'm itching for every chapter. I'm addicted to it.
Nice. So, what do you guys think about Solo Leveling? Leave us in the comments. Tell us what you think about Solo Leveling, on what our thoughts on manhwa in general. And I guess we're gonna move on to our next one-shot topic. I watched Justice League.
Get it. Do another drop, bro.
Oh, another.
Do another drop,
All right, bro. Next one-shot topic. It's Justice League. I watched the Snyder cut finally, over several days. I'm not gonna spoil it. I mean, just in case something slips out, spoiler alert. But I don't think I'm gonna spoil it. I mean, honestly, if you watch the first movie, it is the first movie again. It's just 4 hours now.
Dude, I don't know how the fuck you sat. I don't know how you sat through all that shit. I tried watching it.
It's not bad. It's cinematically gorgeous. I mean,
yeah, I know it looks decent, right? But I tried to watch it, and I was just bored. I didn't watch the first version of it, but
I mean,
I don't know. I just couldn't get myself to sit through the whole thing.
I mean, I didn't
even
sit
in
through
breaking it up.
I'll tell you what, I didn't sit through.
Yeah, like I sat. I watched the first couple of minutes or first 30 minutes, and then I just clocked out.
I mean, it's a 4-hour movie. Whoever sat through it in one sitting, God bless you. I really,
God bless you,
because I couldn't do it. This movie is very long, and you feel it because like 75% of this movie is in slow motion. So you actively know that it's like if he didn't just leave it at 0.75 speed in the editing bay, it'd probably be like a 3-hour movie. It'd be an hour shut down, but. I don't remember enough about the original Joss Whedon cut to really make a comparison. I guess I'm judging it on its own merits. I liked it for the most part. I think like I enjoyed it. I didn't hate watching it. But Brian's not wrong in saying that sometimes it's like, fuck, this didn't need to. You could have cut this out. It's not that crazy. Like there's a scene where you get to see Cyborg like playing football. And he's playing football in full slow motion. And the whole scene is in slow motion. So he's...
I didn't even get to that part.
So he's basically pulling off this QB run.
Oh, my God.
Where, by the way, as a human being, he's blitzing through like 7 linebackers to make a quarterback run all the way to the end zone. And I'm like, all right, relax. Pre-cyborg? Pre-cyborg. As a boy, he's just blasting through these other 150-pound muscle kids, and just he makes a touchdown. That whole thing's in slow motion. So, I mean, that's one of the
when you call them 150-pound kids, it makes it sound less impressive.
I don't know weights. I don't know. 200 is that a thing?
Let's say 250.
All right, 250 pound kids. They're fucking football kids. That's what I said. They're like high school students.
Some big dudes, some big football players. We get it.
He's in high school at this point.
We get it.
I don't know. Big kids. And he just blasts through all of them in slow motion. So that could have been done in regular motion, I think. But yeah, it's not bad. I feel like this guy, Steppenwolf, is a better character this time around. I don't know. This is just like off the top of my head. I feel like he's a better villain in this one than he was.
Because he's an actual villain with
he has a personality,
and motivations, and shame. Yeah,
he feels like he has a personality now. I saw a really funny meme where they put Steppenwolf's face over Will Smith's body, saying, "Why does he want me, man?" about Darkseid, which is basically his storyline. Is that he's desperately trying to collect the mother boxes to get Darkseid over.
And I don't know why he cares so much about what Darkseid wants, because in the first 30 minutes they show a scene of Darkseid getting his ass whooped. Absolutely whooped. All right? That dude was getting absolutely fucking clapped.
Well, because he got betrayed.
Did he?
I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, but he still got his ass beat.
He kills a Green Lantern, which
he
I'm
was
like...
getting jumped.
He was getting jumped. He got jumped by the Atlanteans.
I'm sure he could have handled that.
He got jumped by the Atlanteans, the Themyscirans, the Greek gods,
and the slow motion lightning.
But he had a whole army with him, though.
Yeah,
he wasn't jumped.
Yeah, but the whole time he was like getting jumped in slow motion, so he got hit pretty bad.
That's Zack Snyder's superpower.
What another positive about this movie is it kind of reminded me how much I actually like this cast. I do like the Justice League, except for maybe the Flash. Like for whatever reason, he's never really stuck with me. He's too awkward. It's a little annoying. I'm a little over it. Like they try too hard to make him just the funny, awkward kid, and I'm like, I don't vibe with it, and it's neither of the Flashes. None of the Flashes are like that, so it feels weird.
Not even Wally.
Yeah, if anything, the Flashes would be like cocky and kind of like, confident, and that's where their funniness comes from.
Yeah, that is true. I can't think of a single actually awkward Flash.
Yeah, so I don't know. It feels off.
Maybe that's why they did
Impulse?
it. Maybe that's why.
No, he's not.
But I'm not even gonna. I mean, obviously, no one's thinking about Impulse. So
yeah, I don't know.
But Zack Snyder had a habit of changing characters from their original roots. So I guess that's just another thing. He's like, what if the Flash was awkward?
I think that's the most dramatic change. I think everybody is pretty much the same.
Doesn't Batman still snap people's necks and shit?
He hasn't killed anybody. He hasn't killed like the people. He killed he kills parademons, but he does that in the comics. So that's okay.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Parademons have no souls.
Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Parademons have no souls. They're like monsters.
What the fuck, Batman? Alienist much?
Nah, they were coming. They killed Victor's dad. No, they didn't. Not them. They tried to. Whatever. It's all right. I mean, I wish they had kept it to like the original plan was to release it in episodes, and I wish they kind of did that. I feel like it would go down a little smoother than a 4-hour fucking movie. Jesus fuck. But
that's a whole part-time shift.
Yeah, not a spoiler. Black suit Superman's pretty cool. I feel like there's no reason for him to be in the black suit, but fan service, I guess. Just like, I gave you the black suit, guys. Check it out. It's Black Suit Superman. It's that thing you like. I can't wait for Josh.
Did he have grays in his hair?
No, he didn't. He doesn't have grays in his hair with the black suit, I think. Doesn't he? Oh, no, yeah, you're right. He does a little bit. I think I remember when, like...
He has a beard, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was before that was before Rebirth, when they, like, fully integrated him in. But, yeah, no, you're right about that, though. There's a twist at the very end that I don't want to spoil for Josh. Not really a twist, but I heard it's the one original scene that they went back and shot. And it's at the very end, and I can't wait to see.
Why don't you go for it? Fuck it.
No, I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right.
Because it's so fun. You might get spoiled though, because he's been popping up on my Facebook feed, and I'm like, damn, Josh might run into this.
I mean, I wouldn't watch it. I've seen Darkseid.
Do you really want to know? Should I just say it?
Was he talking to them through a portal or something like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this: Darkseid, he doesn't come and fight the Justice League.
No, I know.
He just stays. He stays in Apocalypse after he sees the fucking ass whooping that Superman.
He smoke one of his generals.
After he watched Superman manhandle Steppenwolf, it was nothing. He was just like, never mind. I'll come back another day.
I'll say this for another occasion.
Yeah. Okay. Last chance. I'll ask one more time. Do you want to know what it is? No.
No. If it's not even that, then I really don't know. So
damn it. All right. Well, I'll keep it. Watch it by next week, man, because I do want to. I think it's really funny. But I mean, that's all I got to say about Justice League. I don't hate it. It's just very long, and you feel it. I feel like you feel it. But if that's all, that was One Shots, everybody.